Countries in the Middle East and North Africa or MENA region that are dependent on fossil fuels require 20 times greater capacity to transition to renewable energy, as revealed by an international study. Melchezedek Cadiz reports.
Assalamualaikum. A report released by Global Energy Monitor called on countries in the MENA region, including Kuwait, to transition of renewable energy and acknowledge the steps taken by some of these countries in reducing their dependence on fossil fuels. According to the report, the capacity of renewable energy sources in the MENA region, particularly in wind and solar energy, has increased to 57% since May 2022. Moreover, there are plans of an additional 9 gigawatts of renewable energy to be ready for use by the end of 2024. The promising indicators of transformation show the significant efforts made by the countries in the MENA region to transition to renewable energy. However, the report also highlights the countries like Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, Oman, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, Arab countries highly dependent on fossil fuels and among the world's major oil exporters, may face significant economic challenges if the global push forward renewable energy transition continues. The study indicates that the region needs a 20-fold increase in renewable energy sources to replace its current gas-based power generation fully. Based on the latest assessment, the UAE, Oman, and Morocco emerge as potential leaders in renewable energy within the MENA region. Kuwait set an ambitious target to reach net zero carbon emissions by 2050 and focus on investing in environment-friendly energy sources despite plans to invest $300 billion in energy sector in 2040. Barakalafikum jami'an, kanhadang Melchezedek Cadiz, Akhbar SMNI, Kuwait.
Libyan nationals in the UAE are worried for their family members after the deadly floods caused by Storm Daniel killed thousands within a week and left a path of devastation across the country. Renewable has the story.
An Emirati-based telecommunications company offered free calls from UAE networks to Libya as an act of solidarity towards their customers, colleagues, and loved ones affected by the devastating floods. UAE's telecommunication giant END announced that its UAE-based customers who are Libyan nationals will receive 30 free international minutes to call for a week until September 20. Additionally, all its roaming customers based in Libya will benefit from unlimited outgoing minutes and 30 incoming minutes for 6 days. According to Libya's National Meteorological Center, Storm Daniel peaked in the northeastern part of the country on September 10. The death toll from the floods has now surpassed 8,000 as the numbers continue rising. As many as 10,000 people are still missing. The port city of Derna, home to 100,000 people, was hit the hardest. The catastrophic floods happened around the same time that a rare and powerful earthquake hit Morocco, which claimed the lives of nearly 3,000 people. Libya, an oil-rich country in North Africa, is still recovering from years of war and chaos since the death of its former ruler Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. The long-term conflict divided the country under two ruling powers. The UAE was among the first countries to respond to the deadly floods by sending urgent aid and deploying search and rescue teams hours after the disaster struck the North African nation. Reporting from Dubai, this has been Gratero Omori, SMNA News, United Arab Emirates.
Mexico's Congress conducted its inaugural public hearing on UFOs, presenting alleged alien corpses believed to be 1,000 years old. Let's find out more about this on Carlo de la Peña's report.
Mexico's Congress recently hosted a public hearing on unidentified flying objects, or UFOs. During the event, attendees witnessed the unveiling of two mysterious corpses with shriveled bodies and shrunken heads. These were believed to be of non-human alien origin and estimated to be 1,000 years old. This Mexican Congress hearing, which took place on September 13, was led by Mexican journalist and ufologist Jaime Maussan, who has dedicated decades to investigating extraterrestrial phenomena. It also featured the participation of Mexican scientists and notable figures such as Ryan Graves, a former U.S. Navy pilot who claimed to have encountered UFOs during his flights. The focal point of the event was the unveiling of two mummified specimens reportedly discovered in Cusco, Peru. Researchers at the Autonomous National University of Mexico subjected these specimens to rigorous scientific examination, analyzing DNA evidence using radiocarbon dating to determine their age. However, despite the intensive examination, the so-called alien fossils were found to be covered with a layer of sand. Under oath, Jaime Maussan shared his findings with members of the Mexican government and U.S. officials in attendance. He emphasized that these specimens were not linked to UFO wreckage, but were found in diatom or algae mines and subsequently fossilized. According to Maussan, this suggests that these beings may not be connected to terrestrial evolution. During the event, Professor Abraham Avilob, director of the Harvard Astronomy Department and known for his work on the Umama theory, addressed the audience via video call. He urged the Mexican government to allow national scientists to conduct further studies on the possibility of alien existence. Reporting, this has been Carlo de la Peña, SMNI News.
The Italian island of Lampedusa declared state of emergency after being swamped by thousands of migrants who arrived in less than 24 hours. This challenges Italy's ability to cope with the sudden influx. Justine Nazario reports.
A huge number of migrants arriving in rickety boats from Tunisia have flooded the Italian island of Lampedusa. Over 6,800 migrants arrived in just over 24 hours, surpassing the island's small resident population. According to reports, rough seas in Tunisia delayed smugglers' boat departures, leading to a backlog and a mass arrival in Lampedusa. To manage the situation, Italian authorities arranged for the transfer of migrants to Sicily or Calabria on the Italian mainland using commercial ferries and Coast Guard vessels. Francesca Basil, a spokesperson for the Italian Red Cross on Lampedusa, highlighted the immense effort being made to provide basic services to the 6,000 migrants currently housed on the island. In response to this crisis, France and Germany have announced plans to reject migrants arriving by sea on Italian shores, contrary to European Union asylum system rules. Typically, these migrants continue their journey northward in search of jobs or family reunification in other European countries. Italy's Interior Ministry reported over 120,000 sea arrivals this year, including 11,000 unaccompanied minors, with many continuing their journey to the north by foot, bus, or train. Reporting, this has been Justine Nazario, SMNI News.